Beep! It's time to become Superman in Megaton Rainfall! Silly little Beep! I can do whatever I want! Move, motion! Megaton Rainfall review for the PlayStation VR.
Let's begin!
First up, let's take a look at the gameplay. You are a superhero and your goal is to stop aliens from destroying the world. Each mission is set up like this. You have to fly to its starting point, you defeat all the aliens, and then you get a new superpower. These superpowers include a missile type, a laser beam, slow down time, area levitation, a massive bomb that needs charging up, speed dash, and you can also drill holes. These come in very handy as the aliens are very different from one another, such as long ones that drill holes through buildings or ones that do damage like a wrecking ball. You beat them by either shooting the red dot on them or by dashing into a green one. Timing is key to success in this game. You can't die in the game, but the humans can, and if you let too many die, it's game over. It's game over when the bar is depleted. There are checkpoints though, and they are quite generous. Some of your powers can protect the humans, such as when an alien lifts a building in the air to crush it back down. Your levitation power is used here to stop the building from impacting the earth. The powers and enemy types do combine very creatively, and you really do feel like a hero at all times. Because of having to find out where a weak spot is on an enemy, you may find that you fail missions because you were searching for so long, and a lot of survivors died during that time. This is actually a good thing, because you get to see what sort of destruction a new enemy type causes on the world, and it's always visually impressive. You are able to fly around freely in this game, and you can even go to other planets. This is done by not starting a mission. After each mission, you are given a score and a rank. You can also aim to get on the online leaderboards. The sense of scale is incredible, and some things that happen near the end of the game, which I obviously won't spoil, you simply must see for yourself in VR. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and it felt like a moment when I tried VR for the first time. I will certainly never forget it. Now let's take a look at how immersive this universe is. The depth can be blurry on faraway objects, and some of the environment does pop in, but because of the scale of this game, it is understandable. You can actually fly to real world locations, which adds to the immersion that you are really watching over the world. The destructions of buildings can look a bit pixelated at times, but because so much stuff is going on, it really doesn't matter. It truly is stunning to see a massive bomb go off and destroy everything in its way. Sometimes buildings topple over realistically, depending on where they have taken damage. How this game is running on the PlayStation VR, I have no idea. When you complete a mission, time slows down and you get a chance to take in the destruction. My mouth was wide open every time. When an alien destroys something, you hear people screaming. I did feel incredibly bad for not protecting them, and even more so when I had missed my intended target with a superpower and had done the damage myself. As you fly faster, the wind sound gets heavier. It's very thrilling and adds to the sense of speed that you are travelling at. The music is some of the best I have heard in a VR title and really does make you feel like a hero. Now let's take a look at the setup and what controllers the game supports. I sat in a seated position just under 2 meters away from the camera. The head tracking was spot on, and oddly, the game did not give me motion sickness at any point. This is an incredibly fast game though, and I would imagine some of you will find it quite hard to get used to the sense of speed. If you are worried about motion sickness, the developers have done their very best to give you many options to make the game as comfortable as possible. For example, There is snap turning, and you can turn on black edges that appear around your viewpoint when you turn. At this moment in time, the game is played with a DualShock controller. The Move controllers are not supported. The game can also be played in non-VR mode, but only crazy people would do that. Now let's take a look at the length of the game and what trophies come with it. The game took me around 3 hours to beat, but after you finish the game you unlock hard mode. On your first playthrough, you are constantly learning about your new powers and enemies' weak points, and at times can feel a little like a tutorial. So when you unlock the hard mode, it's just begging to be attempted, as you are very comfortable with the game mechanics and you can really show off what you have learnt. There are also collectibles for you to find. Also encouraging you to keep on playing is the trophies. In total there are 14 trophies that can be achieved. There is 13 bronze and 1 gold. Some of them are titled Endgame and are given for beating the game in hard mode and for completing the game in less than 2 hours. Another hard trophy is for getting an A rank on all the missions, which is a challenge that I will be taking on. Doing this is made easier after beating the game as you get a mission select screen. And now it's time for the verdict. When I first saw the trailer, I thought it looked incredible, but I didn't get my hopes up. I simply did not think this game would be possible on the PlayStation VR. I thought a massive downgrade would be incoming, and I am so happy to have been wrong. What you see in the trailers is exactly what you get. The game does have some graphical issues now and then, although in my opinion they are incredibly easy to look past, considering the amount of distraction on screen at once, and how big this universe is without loading times. We have never experienced anything of this scale before on the PlayStation VR, and not many times in standard games. This game proves if developers take the time to make a proper engine to run their game, we can have massive worlds to explore virtually. Other developers will have a hard time now when making up excuses that their game couldn't be exactly how they wanted it to be because of the lack of a PSVR's power. People would have bought this even if it was an experience only title, where you flew around the universe without interacting with anything. But this game also has amazing gameplay to keep you in the world longer. It really is a technical achievement, and is one that all PSVR owners should experience. Unlike a lot of other PSVR games on the store, you really can't complain at the admission price for what this game has to offer. I give Megaton Rainfall a score of 9 out of 10. Move motion! How did you get here so fast? Everyone always said a Superman type game could never be fun. Well, VR has certainly changed that. If you enjoyed this review and found it helpful, please give me and Beep a thumbs up.